And sometime you forget what you are saying. Silently participation can give you more room than your debate, arguing, logicking and all that kind of stuff. You need a space. You have to learn alert and pay attention what is being said. Because men have very short words. They speak in very short language. And they want quick result, quick response. Because man needs you, and if your response is not quick, you will lose a man. It's not your intelligence. Your intelligence in is quick response. Whatever he says, response back to confirm you have listened. Never with a man argue, always dialogue. Dialogue is at equal space. Argument in a win and lose space. If you lose, you will be losing 16 times more. What is the idea of losing? In dialogue, nobody loses. Do you know the difference between dialogue and communication? You know between talking and speaking the difference? And do you know when you talk, or you speak, or you dialogue, or you communicate in a language which is basic? You know what a basic language is? Basic language has no adjective. And abuse and love language of the basic language is the same. Hey, what about, you see, have you seen people talking? Husband and wife, friends? It's called body language. There's no adjective. And same thing in love. There's no adjective. A lover not say, please, could we go today and lunch and thereafter we can have a chance of a rendezvous? No. He say, hey, let's go to lunch and rendezvous. It will come to first person. Hey, even in Guru's language, tu hi, you. There's no adjective. There comes a status between two individuals where there's no adjective. Even in that language, woman should be sophisticated. But her response should be 16 times quicker. There is only one way you can hold a man. Using your full capacity of a response. What's that I said? Alert and? You have to be alert. You have to be alert. And by nature you are alert 16 times. What is the other thing? Response has to be 16 times quicker. Everything in you is 16 times, good or bad. all this fashion and this sexy thing and all this what you're doing, putting yourself on the sale all the time and trying to look beautiful and seductive and all that, will not do anything. It's a very cheap thing. You will be hurt. And all you have is youth. If you are physically going to damage your nervous system, and mentally you are going to be berserk and bizarre, and spiritually you are going to be dumb and dull, where are you going? I'm asking you. How much lipstick can save you? How much can powder can enhance you? How much your hairdo can sell you? I mean, so what are you talking about? How many your short pants and sexy clothes and your big boobs and all that stuff? I mean, say, people are doing left and right. Well, what that means actually? What it means? It's a sale talk. Sale talk is not a female talk. Do you understand? You do? What it means? You know, you get married, you wear bride clothes, right? Huh? How many times thereafter you wear bride clothes? Come on, talk to me. And why? I went to flea market that day and I saw there 10 bride clothes. Bride dresses, beautiful. She was saying $20 each. I just forgot to buy them. If I would have bought just the satin of those, I'm going to next week if she's there. I don't think she sold anything. She may not come. It was about couple $1,000 worth of a satin. Just if you tear them up and just would have used the cloth, best cloth of the time. So may I ask one thing? Why you dress up in bright clothes? When after one day you are never going to be bride. And why you forget you are a bride? Why you damn it forget you are a beloved? Why you forget that? Come on, now why are you not answering? Why you forget you are not bride all the time, and why you forget you are not a beloved all the time? Because you have capacity to forget 16 times more. I'm not kidding, I'm telling you the facts. Your self-remembrance can be 16 times more than a man. Your self-forgetfulness be 16 times more than a man. And don't you ever become bride if you don't want to be bride forever. Never become a beloved if you cannot be beloved forever. You caused your destruction and your problem yourself. You become and then 16 times not become. You understand? When you are bride, he carries you like that and brings you in the house, right? Right? After that you drag your legs. Never lifts you again back into the house. Because bride is entitled to be brought into the house. Woman is not. Beloved is entitled to be loved. Woman is not. You are totally, madly, and crazy and insane when you do not understand. You change your status, that is 16 times more change, and then you expect the man to be the same. It will never be. It's not true. So on the very day of marriage, you set your divorce chances 16 times stronger. Your one rude word will affect deeper 16 times than a man. Man is very forgetful. Try sometime. Man comes, yells, scream and everything. After lunch or dinner, ask him what did he say. If he can repeat one word, I can bet anything. That's how shallow memory a man has. Doesn't matter what he does. At night he makes love and intercourse and does everything. In the morning ask him to repeat 10 sentences. $1,000 sentence. He can't repeat 1, 10, 2, 3. That's it. If man would not have got that kind of nature, man would have been hell living with, around and for. So God protected you for giving him 16 times less capacity. But also, it debarred you from using that capacity negatively. Why? Because mother has to be always 16 times positive. So God did justice to the innocence, and child is always innocent. You spoil your children. If you just bring children on this earth and just remain nothing but a child and mother relationship, not over affection, under affection, possessiveness and all that, your children will rise automatically to their destiny very beautifully. You will never have trouble. Give them the values, give them the discipline, give them the strength, give them the length, give them the width. Simply, there's a child in every man. You can relate to that child and nurture that child. Your man shall grow and can swim through the high and low. But you become equal. You become competing, comparing. Either you can have compassion or competition, whatever you want. You can have one, not both. When you start competition, you are out the door. When you have compassion, nobody will ever shake you. Do you understand that? In sexual and sensual relationship also, you have to carry it on. Man in sexual and social has a sensitive childhood. He becomes child. Is natural. As you carry the man in the womb for 9 months and some days, you have carried the man for 90 years and some days. First you carried him physically, then you have to carry him mentally. When you cannot carry the man mentally, man will be gone. And then you need that spirit. You are always pregnant. Your pregnancy doesn't stop after 9 months. If you cannot carry the man rest of his life, please don't marry. It is from birth to death. What's the difference? You have your own son, or you marry somebody's son? What's the difference? You love your own son or you love somebody's son? No man can forget that he's a son. You attack him as a man, he will stand as a man and shall destroy you. The biggest blunder you can do in your life to attack a man as a man. Because his ego will never ever spare you. Because it's right there. Attack him as a child. Gee, what you did yesterday, God, can't you understand? Look at it. You look at it and say, oh, my darling, I'm very sorry. It was really a goof. I wanted to remind you then. Oh, no, in future I'll remind you before. Oh, I love you. Please let me know. But if you say, I'm so ashamed of you, what you did yesterday, and you say, you bitch, what the hell you are talking about? Look. Before knowing what you are talking about, you both will be fighting and jumping at each other without knowing. Man is very quick response to fight. Because whenever a woman is rude or crude or abusive or taunting or whatever you call it, he feels avalanche is coming. He knows your capacity from our mother that you are a power block. You are avalanche. So he can never by nature trust you. His subjection of a mother and a son become his objection to your life. Therefore, please understand man basically by his biological and psychological nature.